guys, welcome to my Casual Friday video. Today I wanted to change it up a little bit and talk about being nice to people. I just kind of am in that mood to talk about why we should spread love and cheer and happiness to each other. I guess today it kind of came up because I got sort of a rude comment on my video, which happens, of course, on YouTube. You're gonna get comments that aren't so nice, and you have to get used to it, and you have to accept it, and you have to have a thick skin about it, in which I do. But for this comment, I did go ahead and stand up for myself because I felt like, you know, that was kind of a rude thing to say, a mean thing to say. It makes me sad, not necessarily for me. Those comments don't bother me. It makes me sad for other people who have to accept comments like that, who maybe don't have as much of a thick skin as I do, where people are sometimes mean and they don't even realize it, or they're rude and they don't even realize it. The situation was that, as you can tell, I've got new bangs and everyone's got an opinion about them, whether they like them, don't like them. But this person made it very clear that they did not like my bangs, that it looked awkward on my face, it looked like I had a bald spot, and I just was like, wow, that was really not a nice thing to say. I hope that you don't talk to, like, you know, strangers that way. And in the end, this person did apologize, and so this isn't a video specifically about this comment or whatever, but it just made me think about, you know, when you do leave a comment on videos, to remember to be nice to people, because those people creating that video, it takes a lot of guts to put themselves out there, and when we're mean to them, it's not nice. And luckily, as a YouTuber, I've learned to just let things like that roll off my skin, but I wanted to remind people to be nice. I think a lot of the time, you know, the counter argument is, well, you put your life out there, you have to accept it. And although that is partially true, I do put my life out there, I have to be ready for it, I have to know that it's coming. I'm gonna get a mean comment or a not nice comment or a hateful comment, but I don't think that gives people an excuse to be mean. I don't think that that gives commenters an excuse to give their unsolicited advice, their hurtful comments, their mean comments, their maybe passive-aggressive comments. There's so many different types of comments out there, and this is definitely not to haters. This isn't a video about haters and about, you know, people who are just out there who have a totally different motive. I think that this is a video to people who don't realize that what they're saying, and they forget that what they're saying is mean or not nice or unkind. And it's important to remember that the person behind that, you know, computer is a person, and they don't deserve to be treated that way, in a mean way. And I was also told today through the comments was that although I didn't probably deserve that comment, that I should support all my fans. But my counter argument to that is, that's not a fan. If you're saying a mean thing, I wouldn't consider you a fan, and I'm not going to accept it. I can brace myself for it, but I won't accept mean comments. I'll delete them. And that's kind of, you know, I think we get a lot of criticism because we delete comments. We will not allow negativity on our page. It just won't happen. We like to have positivity. We promote positivity, and so we just get rid of it. We won't allow it. We really have zero tolerance, just because, especially our message out there is to be positive, and if our comments are negative and gross and stuff, then we're just not going to allow it. But this isn't necessarily about being nice to me and Brian or our videos. This has nothing to do with that. This mainly has to do with being nice to other people. I want to remind people that when you write a comment, think, would I say this to someone, to a stranger? Would I walk up to this person at Walmart and tell them, dude, you need to grow out your bangs, you look bald? Of course not. That's really mean. That's unkind. That's not nice. And I like to treat people like you want to be treated, but sometimes you don't even know how you want to be treated. So treat people like you would want someone you love to be treated. Your child, your mother, your father. How would you like it if someone walked up to your son and told them, you need to lose weight? You need to not eat that. That's gross. I think that there's a lot of unsolicited advice out there. It happens, but remember that it's not necessary, and to be nice and love each other. I think it's also important to treat people nice because you have no idea what's going on in their life. Maybe what you're about to say is just gonna push them over the edge. It's really important that you realize you have no idea what kind of state that they're in when you speak to them. And so you should always be spreading love to everyone. It's so important. I, as a mother, plan to raise Oliver to be a kind person, a loving person, to not judge people and be mean to them. We constantly in our society today are talking about, you know, if you're being bullied, to stand up and stuff, but I think that we need to remember, don't create bullies. Don't be a bully. Don't be that person. And I just think that it's important to teach our children to love, to spread love. It's just, that's what's important. And of course, we're human beings. We all judge. We all look at each other and we go, you shouldn't have worn that, or your makeup looks stupid, or you need to lose some weight, or you should do your hair differently. Of course. But I wouldn't necessarily walk up to them and tell them that. And obviously there's those cases where someone says, give me your honest opinion. And in that case, I guess you can give them your honest opinion. But me personally, I still would probably not just be like, yeah, you look super fat and ugly in that. I'd probably be more like, well, let's try something different. You know, I would never be mean like that, even if someone asked. But a lot of people just feel like, well, I should give my honest opinion. No, if I didn't ask for your honest opinion, you probably shouldn't give me your honest opinion. This isn't a plea or a cry to say, be nice to Missy, be nice to me at all. I luckily have a thick skin. I'm on YouTube. I have to take it. I have to handle it. I don't have to accept it, and I don't have to leave it in my comments. I can delete it. I can get rid of it. But I just want to remind people to think about what you're writing when you send it to someone, because those words, especially because they're not even spoken, they're written down. They can read them 1,000 times in so many different ways, and so many different fluctuations in the voice. That's the thing too with writing. It affects how it's being read sometimes. Be nice to each other. Actually, I watch a lot of Joshua D TV, and he always ends his videos with, be nice to one another. And I just think that's so true. You need to be nice. And it's Christmas time. Christmas time is here. And we should spread Christmas cheer and Christmas joy, and everyone deserves to be treated with love and kindness. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. It might have turned into a little bit of a rant. Sorry about that. Thumbs up if you believe in being kind to people. Leave a comment below saying something nice about the person maybe that you saw in the comments, maybe a picture or a nice thing. I think it's important to just spread love, spread cheer. What's the saying? Elf says, the best way to spread Christmas cheer is singing loud for all to hear. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye! It's just really, really cool. Okay, so another cool baby item I purchased was a nursing scarf. I really like this because basically it's got this little hole. You put it right over your head, and then it looks like a scarf, so you can just wear it like a scarf. But then obviously when it's time to feed your baby, it covers you, which is nice because when it's cold,